Now we fight!
Hello, this is Master 347. So I'm playing with Ace Attorney Trilogy, just for all, and we're going to continue with the final episode. Farewell. Pretty terrible happened last time. Maya got kidnapped by the killer, and unless we get a full acquittal, in other words, a not guilty verdict by the first day of the trial, then well, she's basically doomed. So we're going to continue on the investigation because we're not doing the investigation yet. This is the final chapter, so expect this one to be like the longer ones. So don't be surprised the investigation going into 2 parts. Let's get on with it, shall we? We need to find some evidence to prove that our client didn't do this, for Maya's sake. Well, at least we're able to get Mr. Matt Ungard as a guidance. And we know that he didn't do it, which is important. So now what should we do? Well, the trial is tomorrow. We only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove Ungard's innocence. We have to find the wheel killer. Okay, then let's start looking. Since there were no psycho locks, then that means we can trust Mr. Ungard to be innocent. I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering, what if he's the wheel killer? What then? Hey, I was something I wanted to ask you, pals. Okay, what is it? Why is you interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special. Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mr. Maya were... Have you taken all this time? No way. She really wasn't kidding. Suppose actually Maya and I are... Maybe I should have just left it alone. Snake, stop it. Don't hide your true feelings from me. Ow, she slapped me. Now we could go to the detention center, but actually the contact information is the same. So we head to the hotel lobby instead. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't come in without. Good morning. Hold on, it's you. What is going on around here? I heard Paul John was killed. Is that true? It's a bad rumor and what this and never steal somebody doing the most evil deeds. You know, that's not entirely... I'll have you know that I was a huge fan of Joanne's. Why, oh why, do all the stars I'm interested in drop one by one like that? It's always been that way ever since I was there. There we go. Like I'm going to read that dialogue. Actually, I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Don't push me, boy. Mr. Nick, I didn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast. Miss Oba, could you please speak a little slower? Don't boss me around, you spiky haired, smarty pants. My dear Hammer died a year ago in that dreadful manner, and only recently did I finally find a star that makes the heart go badump again. I don't know what to say. I ask you, why does every star I cheer off end up kicking the bucket? I watch your words. No one's going to get away with saying anything bad about my job. But I haven't said anything. Well, I don't believe a word that woman said anyways. Huh? What woman? That irritating Blackwater girl with an afro and a horrible country accent. I mean, what is that manner of speaking supposed to be? And why does she never stop? Honestly, women these days, they don't know the meaning of the word modesty. There we go. Pearls? Are you thirsty? I don't know. Okay, I'll go get some juice or something. Thank you very much. Hey! Are you paying attention to youngin today? So I'm guessing Miss Sobag heard everything from Lotta. I want to ask you about what happened around the time of the murder. I don't know anything about that. There is a rule here getting ready. Getting ready? For what? The show, of course. Well, the press conference after. Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference. Anyway, I don't know anything about the matter. I see. But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly. What? I saw the most important moment of the night. The most important moment? You don't mean... Oh, so now you treat me with a little respect, you disrespectful child. When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids today. Please tell me, what did you see? Uh-oh. 4? The murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then, what murder is it? Please don't stray onto another tangent. Please. If you want to hear more, then show your respect and bring this lady a present. Yikes. 4 Cyclops. We're in business now. Suddenly think the window is boiling hot. I closed it earlier because I heard a drill. Unfortunately though, there's not much we can do for the time being. I mean, 4 Cyclops? I mean, no way, not with this evidence. So let's move on and talk to someone else. And also try to find some more evidence along the way. So let's go back to the hall. Looks like the investigation is still in full swing. Hotel staff and the police are whirling around like a bunch of headless chickens. I wonder if we can do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere. Well, got to roll up the sleeves and try, I guess. Hey, yeah, here. Been waiting for you, Mr. Lawyer. Hey, Mr. Cutfeather. The thief showed his face. What? Arrest him. Put him on trial. Find him guilty. Give him a death sentence penalty. What's wrong? Ladder, are you feeling alright? Looked up and there and up and down the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you just hurry up and give it back to me, you creep? Huh? What are you looking for? My camera! It's my lifeblood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera. Your camera? Look, lots of people say the camera always goes back to seeing the crime. And looky, here you are. Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble. Huh? Oh great, so now we need you to see the camera. So you lost your camera? It ain't no ordinary camera. You buy it in a store and it's and it's $1,600 brand new. But didn't you just say you bought it for $700? I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store, about 5 hours I reckon. I made this itty bitty scratch at it and the manager got all huffed up in the face. He is talking this and real me about it too. He done made me cry like that. When did you lose your camera? Last night, after the murder happened. Must have been when I was busy running around looking into things. That's when I lost sight of my dear darling expensive sweetie. Father, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours? I don't rightly know. I slept a shot of anything that caught my eye, so I don't remember. Besides, I couldn't guess anything from my big suit. I wonder if that missing camera is even connected to the murder. Interesting. Father, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder. Well, from before the ceremony last night, I was hanging around here in the area. Yeah, actually, I was here until around the time Mr. Engard was arrested. What were you doing here? You sure you went to school, city boy? Wherever our heart goes, there's a story to be found. A big scoop to be had. A big scoop? I told you before, I'm going to be the best tabloid photographer the world's ever seen. Reckon, of course, that means I'm always looking for the perfect shot. I wonder what scoop she was after this time. Although I was also on the lookout for the other stars that were here. So maybe I wasn't here the entire time. Father, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? So you could take a picture for your big scoop? Well, maybe I was, but that's what real journalists do. I got some juicy inside info, so I thought to myself, why not get a picture of proof? What kind of story was it? You would hang around? Oh, come on. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Lawyer. Can't be telling you that. Trade secret, you know. Not again. I don't have something to hide. We've been stopped, haven't we? Yeah, take that, Mr. Lawyer. I'm glad someone around here is happy. Miss Dollar and your I will smile. Great. Another cyclock. Yep. And then we can't do the moment. So, we need to leave for now and come back later. But we did at least get some clue of the camera. But now we access to 2 hotels, and Guard's hotel room and Koida's hotel room. So, we got 2 new places to look at. Let's go to Guard's one first. Where are we? We're in Mr. Matt and Guard's dressing room. This is our client's room. May I help you with something? You're Mr. Vanguard's lawyer, correct? I give it as much. I also look for lawyers on my end, but to no avail. How did you know I'm his lawyer? You were just saying that he was your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word would be his lawyer. Wow. It's a simple deduction, really. The trial's tomorrow, and Mr. Engar's situation is looking rather grim. So you came here one stop in your mad dash to find clues to build his case, correct? Well, you're not totally wise, but you're not totally off either. It's really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick. I am Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business. Alright. She may be small stature, but appearances can be deceiving. I assume the first thing you need to know is what everyone was doing that night, correct? Yes, that is correct. Then I will tell you. Before the award ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. Vanguard. Oh, what the... I just opened that window because it was too hot. Now, people are talking. This is why live commentary can be so frustrating sometimes. It's hard to, it's hard to get a good deal out of it. Alright, where was I? But in this very room, I might add. Dinner? What did you eat? I told you I hate to waste time with trifling details. If you took a look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me. I believe you had a lot of fun at parties. When the award show was starting, I headed for the other hall. And after the show ended, you came back to this room? No, I had some small errands to run. I helped with the separations in the lobby. Oh, preparations for the post-ceremony show, I guess. When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to call for Mr. Vanguard. After that, I went to visit Mr. Koida. And that's when you found his body, isn't it? You really held strong through everything. Yeah, she doesn't seem to be mentally tough as nails. She does seem mentally tough as nails. You're right. I mean, she just saw a dead body, so it is surprising that she has such great composure. So about you and... Stop right there. You aren't seriously about to ask how Mr. Vanguard and I are related, are you? Sorry. I have no idea how he could chose you as his lawyer. Why did she have to go and say something like that? Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, alright? I already gave you my name earlier, but I add that I'm Mr. Vanguard's manager. His manager? Speaking of managers, did the victim, Mr. Koida, have one? No, he did not. He didn't? Actually, he has a very different policy from Worldwide Studios in that Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to the stars. I see. This industry is very ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself to your poor partner. Throwing a little girl like her to places like this? Honestly. You're wrong. I'm doing this to help Mr. Meyer. Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll bet you with juice later, alright? But to side move this along, we can actually present with the profile I mentioned earlier, during Koida. So, she's the one that first saw the body, so it makes sense to show off his profile to see if we get anything else out of her. Did you know the victim, Mr. Koida? Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place after all. Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai? Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two compete with each other over the most trivial things. either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die. I've got a hunch that this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why John Corrida was killed. Yeah, why would she say that? Do you have any ideas as to why Mr. Corrida was murdered? Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job. Do you have any ideas? Here we go again. Damn. Miss Andrews? Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation. Is it a Cyclops, Mr. Nick? Yes. They're getting to be more and more of these lately. Damn, another one. That's 3 Cyclops. That's 3 people with Cyclops. And 2 of them are 4 of them. Yikes. Well, what about which else? Wish we could examine here and see if we can find anything useful. Maybe. It's probably Mr. Guard's suitcase. For someone who was only going to be here for the show, there's a lot of stuff. Lucky it's about 3 days worth of clothes in here. Stars really are different from us, aren't they? Looks like dishes left over from dinner for 2 at that. I'm sure that Mr. Guard and Miss Andrews' plates. Looks like they had T-bone steaks. What's the Global Studios and T-bone steaks? There's some samurai-looking clothes on the sofa. I think that jacket-looking thing is called a happy. Whatever it is, I'm sure something like that would make a great souvenir. I would be absolutely thrilled. There's a giant bone sitting on the plate. I don't really like meat. There's something weird about this plate. I wish I could put my finger on it. What is it? Really? That's the bedroom over there. That's a bed? Wow, they have really big beds here. Let's see much else we can examine in here. So let's go to Corrida's room. What the heck? Wow, this guy really liked his bears. Mr. Nick, where are we? We're in Mr. John Corrida's room, pals. Mr. Corrida? The victim. Which makes this the crime scene too. Oh, it's you! So, what happened? The kidnapper. Has he contacted you again? Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Guard's acquittal. You doing okay, pal? Hanging in there. I just want Maya to be alright. We don't have a lot of time left, but I'm going to help you as much as I can, pal. Can you do that? Even if we went to look around the crime scene? Just this once. Special circumstances, right, pal? I'll even tell you everything I know. But you gotta keep it quiet. It's my neck on the line here. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I got you guys a map at the hotel, pal. Here you go, little missy. Wow, thank you to me. Thank you. One wants you to get lost in a hotel this big for its own good. Mr. Nick, I got a map. That's great, pals. But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says. This could help us later on. Alright. Well, don't worry. Unlike everyone else we've talked to so far, there is no Cyclops under Detective Gumshoe. He really does want to help us. Do you know what was the cause of death? Well, technically, the final test report isn't out yet. But one look at the victim should tell you, pal. It should? Yeah, here's a picture. Oh. There's a knife in his chest. Yeah, pal. That's the murder weapon. So he was stabbed to death. They're looking at the fingerprints down in the lab right now. There are fingerprints on the knife? Yep. And it looked like they're pretty sure they're Mr. Guard's prints, pal. That's bad. Real bad. Why was Mr. Guard arrested? Because we had evidence on him. Evidence? It looked like the victim John Corrida really put up a big fight. Yeah, well look at the crime scene and you can tell. There's signs of a struggle everywhere. Well, yeah, during the fight, his button came off. There's some guy said something about that button. Something like one of the jamming ninja buttons got caught in his hikama. But that's not all. What? There was a witness, pal. A witness? Who is it? That lady, Miss Oldbag. Please, anyone but her. The prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case. Not to mention, there's something around where the Vic was. There's a little off. So I think there's a little of, as in, that's for you to figure out, pal. Alright, let's try to figure that, Mr. Nick. So there's actually quite a lot of stuff to examine actually around here, like the other crime scene. So let's get to examining. It's so messy around here. Pearls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. There are lots of trying things here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick. Tell me what they are, pretty please? Okay. There is a watch. Wear it on your wrist. I know what a watch is. Oops. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with people with pearls, not Maya. A suitcase. There are so many things in it that I bet it's barely closed. This is clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator. Do all stars pack too much stuff like Mr. Garita? Wow, there are lots of bears! Alarm clock ones, collector editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Poor teddies. It's hard to bear with all these problems. I don't think I want the bear with the trauma that last case caused me. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? There are all sorts of things in this refrigerator. The carrot juice bottle, the tomato juice bottle are both empty. Empty? It's too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. They're all vegetable juices. I guess you must be a real health nut. Ooh! There's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam too. Maybe red was his favourite colour. Can't see much else around here. But if we slide, let's see. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kobita fought his assailant. What are these bits of glass from? A flower vase, maybe. There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know where they are. You don't know much about flowers, do you, Mr. Nick? It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Tomato juice? I don't really like it much. There's a bottle on it, on the table over there. That's probably where it came from. But doesn't it seem weird? What seems weird? I mean, everything else is scattered over the floor. She's right. The flower vase was broken, and the makeup was strewn everywhere. Why is this glass the only thing that's still alright? Huh, and he's right, it hasn't been drank. That is odd. Good catch, pal. It looks like Miss Garita had dinner last night. This bottle is tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the awards show last night, but I wonder if the stars had gone off stage after only eating a meager meal like this. So that's a bed, right? Yep, it's big, but it's a bed. Mr. Nick, it's so soft! Big beds must be a rarity for it. This is a guitar case, I guess. It needs to beat up, but it's still usable. That's strange, the guitar is not here. Maybe he forgot to bring it to the show? But Mystic Maya, she said the bright red guitar was the Jamming Ninja's signature item. That's true, huh? This guitar case is wet, but it's only wet on the top of the lid. Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is water, isn't it? Odd. Anything else around here we can see? Look at the other side. Oh, wait a minute. I think there's something else around here. I'm trying to look for it. Ugh. This is the longest case. I need to make sure I get all the clues necessary. Ah, wait. Okay. Yep. There is nothing else technically we can examine here, but instead we can present what we found so far. Like this. So about this wine glass. Ah, so you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing that was untouched. You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe? No, actually Miss Von Karma noticed it first. Yeah, Pearl's noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute. So, does that mean Miss Von Karma's here at the hotel? Yeah, she's around. Man, you're going to be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here. Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000-meter dash. What's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick? I've heard this sound somewhere before. It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? For some reason, whenever I hear the sound, she pops out of nowhere and rips me. Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened last time. Sorry, I gotta make myself scarce later, pal. Yow! At last, you reveal your true nature, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Go! Would it be too much to ask if you denies me for a change? So you're the type of steal information pitifully to hopeless detectives. That's very dishonorable of you. Ow! Hey, don't you dare run away, Scuffy McTrench coat. I didn't think the detectives in this country could be this pitiful. Ow! Detective, come over here for a second. Go, 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 go! I feel better knowing at least you were man enough to face your punishment. He was so scared he just froze up on the spot. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you saw my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forget that. This time, victory is mine. Victory is yours? Is that all this means to you? What? Come, Scruffy. The investigation briefing is about to begin. Yes, sir. This isn't over yet. I swear on my family's honor. Ow! What did you throw at me now? What is this? Well, I guess this means I gotta get back to the precinct now, pal. If you ever need me, come down to the criminal affairs department, alright? And if you can, try not to let Miss Von Karma see you. Okay, so she threw something at us. This is what I was looking for. Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper? It's called an autograph. Autograph? Paper's got Miss Corrida's name written on it, so it says autograph. I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this. It's especially a writing called cursive. Look here. So it says, to my dearest Wendy, in more normal letters here. This sloppy, unreadable writing is crazy and cruel to give this to someone. Hold on. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah. We have. But that's about it. That's all the information we can get for the time being. Go to the rest of the hall. Something else should happen now. Oh, Mr. Wright, how are you? Ah, Master Powers. Have you been here the entire time? Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave. Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show? Okay. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's a sequel to The Steel Samurai. I see. This time, there are 3 samurai brothers. Aluminum Samurai, the Tin Samurai, and of course, the Nickel Samurai. It's a love why in the Neo Old Tokyo. I see. Wait! A love what? A love why? This girl Seo. A love why? I think he means a love triangle. This girl Seo works at the tea shop, and all 3 guys fall for her at the same time. Oh, I guess why shape is like the 3 brothers colliding over what's one girl. Anyway, Seo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader. Sounds like an unusual situation, like Romeo and Juliet's, times 3. Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies. Yes, Bella? What happens next? I want to know. Miss Sayo, does Miss Sayo fall in love? Does she? She does, doesn't she? Every Sunday at 8 AM. I'm gonna stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theatre and start this week. I can't believe she's really considering it. So, what's the Jammin' Ninja TV show like? It started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's like the story of a ninja who can't scare at a war, but becomes a big pop star anyway. What? He was a really lousy ninja, absolutely couldn't do any ninja things right at all. But boy could he sing. With his trusty red guitar in hand, he took this ancient world by storm. A ninja with a bright red guitar. And then, the final fight in the front of his beloved Princess Misola. Jammin' versus the Mirachi 5. Mirachi 5! Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jamming cold the night before Battle 3. That's too bad for him. Yeah, but this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, well? What happens next? I want to know. The Jammin' Ninja. We'll be able to sing? What about Princess Misola? Every Sunday at 8 AM. Which show should I watch? I can't believe she's really considering it. Okay, we need to get more information. So, we go to profiles. Where is it? Agent Andrews. Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's my manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit. Just a little. So Miss Powers likes this type of woman. What do you know about Miss Andrews? Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her, you know? There's sort of a small rumour going around about her right now. A rumour? If you're interested, I'll be glad to share what I know. He's so happy he looks like a lion that's just found his next meal. Would you mind telling me about this gossip? So you are interested in it. I figured you would be. Yeah. I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip too. Oh really? You too, huh? Yeah, take a look at this. Looks like a tabloid Miss Oldbag would read. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous, the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the star Miss AA. You see now, don't you? What? You can't stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Junko really didn't have a manager of his own. Which means, if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials AA... Adrian Andrews. Yes, exactly. This is big news. But it seems kind of odd that we were Miss Andrews. She was the biggest rival of a client? It's the wonderful thing that can only happen between two people. Mr. Powers looks so happy. Powers is just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling. Well, it looks like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. There we go. That could be useful. However though, we now have enough evidence to break the psych lock every certain individual. Miss Oldbag. Let's head back. So now let's see. You need to make sure you have the autograph and the oh, actually no, it's just the autograph. But we still need it. Oh, actually no, that makes sense. Yeah, the article must be used for must be for Adrian Andrews' Cyclops. Yeah, that makes more sense actually. But let's break those Cyclops.
Take that!
What you witnessed? It's probably it's 4 Cyclops, but you actually need one thing technically. Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please, tell us what you saw. Ah, but what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you youngins' expense. I am a little devil, after all. Does that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. This, the autograph.
Take that!
But that's John's autograph! Yes, it is. And it even says, "To my dearest Wendy" on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, you may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think John had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please, give it to me. Let me have it, please. I can't let you have it. Just like that? Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange? Wow, she must really want this autograph. My offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. White, you win. Lend your bag, ready to open her heart. All for my dearest John. It's pretty funny. There's 4 Cyclops, but you only need one piece of evidence. There we go. Now you're given the autograph, you can get the goods. Actual info. Okay, what you witnessed. I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of John's room. You're kidding! Oh no! It was about 10 minutes before John's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet minding my own business. And did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift card or 2 out of it, maybe more. Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for that part of the trial, you know. Trial tomorrow. This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. Gunk hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor John. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken. Yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad. And I say he did. What did Mr. God ever do to deserve this? What did Mr. God do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy, he framed my John. He created the scandal that plagued poor John. Mr. Nick, what is it? What's a scandal? Oh, well, I'll tell you about it after we go home, okay? Poor John, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do viles and the vile temptress mean? How about we just interrupt Miss Solbag has to say for now, okay, pals? So, Miss Solbag, who is this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy. He shoved the girl into John on purpose. His own manager? But why? I thought lawyers were smart, but to create a scandal to make John lose face. That girl drove John into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of John's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. Ungar did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Of course, a tabloid. Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it? But now we have a little more information and about why perhaps Adrian Andrews was withdrawn. But there has to be more to it than that, surely. I hope so. Let's go back, because now we can break another lock. But unlike this one, we actually need 2 recent evidence, not just 1. Yep, time to break the big scoop.
Take that!
Dada, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, dinner for my scoop. What I want to know about are the details of this scoop. That's not something I can tell you. I mean, that is my bread and butter. Alright then, an independent tabloid photographer looking for a scoop? I'm going to say that you were looking into a scandal. Grr. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break of a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between John Corder and this person. So, yes. Adrian Andrews.
Take that!
This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt and Guard's manager. The Nickel Ceremony manager called security meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? One down. You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make them haters. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that, that's, what's it called, news source? You mean news source? That's it. So show me something that shows that John Grant had something with that Miss Andrews. Oh, well that was actually pretty obvious. That magazine clipping we got. This one. The one that, Mr. Powers gave us. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars Miss A.A. God! Mr. Corrida didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival Mr. Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews. She has the initials A.A. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Miss Corrida's door last night. God! Got you. And not successful. You were looking into Miss Corrida and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting. There's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What is that? What did you say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? There ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing. Getting photos. Oh. I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. And spice a little. And have myself an exclusive story. Wow, not a nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know. But the paper I wrote it on. My note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my camera for $1,600 camera. They'd done a one-off together. I came with a big story. Took on me to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a girl go bonkers, I tell you. What's with people now anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh? I've got no idea why though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. So we got a bit of an update. So basically tabloid called it's rated with the camera. But I know that's all we can do. We don't have enough evidence for breaking locks for Agent Andrews, and I got a feeling we need more than one piece of evidence to break all 4 of those psych locks. So let's move back down to the precinct. I'm going the right way. Our hotel lobby. Here it is. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back! Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be happy or friendly about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence tests we are airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. Uh-oh. Airtight evidence and airtight testimony. Yeah, this is going to be tough. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal. But there's 2 big pieces. 2? And both of them in this photo. The first is the bursting that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the bursting that you found during the body search for Mr. Ungard. Yep. I found in the folds of the nickel semi-special pants. And the second one is the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints, the knife on his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt and Guard's. Smiles trial. Talk about being slipped between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security guard, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... And even told her not to open the mouth of her and blabbed her one. Her blab knob is stuck on her 10. There's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mrs. Ungard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way! We need a bit more than that. So present this to Gumshoe. Perhaps he can shed some light on this. We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Miss Corrida, but why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? Her name was Celeste Impact. And she was June Corrida's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impact was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Her mentor? A woman who was both Miss Corrida's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? Do you want to know more about her, pal? Actually, we do. So, basically, So let's talk about Celeste Impacts. She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a... Ah! I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma, you can't seem to stop aligning yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do. Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this much pay, I get quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have run. Is that what you want to say? What? Who? That voice. Edgeworth? It's been a long time, right? This person? This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? You haven't changed a bit, Francisca. You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You stole the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way. Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you are having a worth time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your substantial to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. And this case is mine. I never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Felix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson in the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. Yep, Edgeworth is back. Okay. So let's have a talk with our old rival, as it were. I thought the prosecutor of Edgeworth had gone and died. Mr. Nick, I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of warm welcomes for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to win tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given it yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive. You have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to send a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with the information. Just what is going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor, and a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases, and those losses the reason you still need to appeal for the prosecutor's office? You did it because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting charges was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from this dead Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francisca, she almost always says I will defeat you this time the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives, to save your clients, you say. Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kinds of prosecutors are reputable to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there's still a lot of you left to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? No, that's enough for now. The time when you will see me is coming soon enough. Minimal information, so let's present this to him. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Agent Andrew's mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Jane Corrida's manager. And then, a few moments later, Celeste's Impacts died. But her death was all a suicide, right? Yes, but there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished? Missing suicide note? Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide, of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impact had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. John Corrida himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Has Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is a suicide report. Part 1 anyway. Part 1? Okay, next we need to present this. Part 1 of the suicide report. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. Attempted name? It's Adrian Andrews! Miss Andrews? What did she do? She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind a person to try to kill herself though. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Here, her dependent nature. That's what she'd really like on the inside. Miss Andrews? Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what a woman is. Ah, here we go. What is this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Agent Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impact. And why did Agent Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mental Celeste Impact was gone forever. That's why. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Agent Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she will do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, well before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Agent Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Well, he's giving us a lot to think about. But before we finally break those cyclops, we need to go back to the detention center and show Matt something. Ah, the lawyer dude. So what do you find out? Well, I'm still in the middle of investigating. I see. But I've already told you everything I know, dude. So, we need to present this person, Celeste Impact. What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you will keep yourself out of my personal life. No, I would never. Now, if you excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. You're in detention! Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guard! Mr. Nick? This Celeste Impacts lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all of this. Okay. We need to go back to guard's room now, so that way we can finally break those Cyclops. Oh, Miss Andrews is here, but it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Francisco von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma? You're the one doing the following. Pearls, you're already following after his detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. What's that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was his receiver. I feel really sorry for poor detective comes through now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Agent Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? So we go to profiles and show Matt's profile like so. I asked to become Mr. Unguard's manager. He is a person managed with his nice disposition. Mr. Unguard does seem like a rather weak-willed man, always doing as he's told. He's always saying, my manager, right, Mr. Nick? But by doing that, there's his motive for murder as well. Oh wait, I did that earlier. I guess to get something else. But we need that anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So, it's Mag and Tammer time. We now have all the evidence we need to finally break those locks. Finally get some answers. So, let's do it.
Take that!
Motive for murder. Why was John Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Unguard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person. So I hardly doubt that. Well, yeah, that is not true at all. Because the newspaper clipping. This one. Yeah, okay, so that isn't true.
Take that!
You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into the story. As we expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on the good side. In any case, I aspire into personal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Miss Corrida? And if there was ever such a need? Didn't you get close to Corrida? Didn't you get close to Mr. Corrida for this person's sake? Yeah, this one's pretty obvious now. You need to present this profile. Her profile. Yep, makes sense why she would want to get close to him. So this is it.
Take that!
Celeste Impacts, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Joan Corrida's manager. So I believe you got close to Miss Corrida so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. We have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There is no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease the way her suicide was resolved. So I should go back to evidence. There we go. So we need to present the suicide report. Yeah. Remember, they said there was a suicide note and they didn't get the whole thing back. So, of course she wasn't satisfied with it.
Take that!
Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corrida. Joanne? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became into it, Mr. Corrida. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know about her suicide note, was never found. A person doesn't care about what's going on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. I don't like using this, but we need to get to the truth. Present the attempted suicide report.
Take that!
Miss Andrews, you really went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. That's... You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Miss Impacts. Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! One more. We almost got this. When Celeste passed away, so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Miss Corrida of hiding Miss Impact's note. Yeah. You're probably wondering, so how do we break the last cyclock? We actually don't need to. You'll see soon enough. You heard about it, and fought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one... You have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Corrida dead. Me? Miss Impact was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Uh-oh. Got ya. Alright, time for the truth. It's true, I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I pushed against all that though. I tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. And Miss Andrews, this one thing is the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. What I want to know is the truth. After Les passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Joanne Corrida. Celeste. Without her I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Miss Corrida to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tablet reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? No, like they say, where there's smoke there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to that fire, they keep celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Oh! I have one small favour to ask. My attempted suicide? I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die and live. Oh, I don't understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything about carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while ago. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this. I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly sounds like it could be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I'm Mr. Engard in your capable hands. So where do we go next? Whoa, oh. Well, I think we've gathered out all we can. What about Miss Meyer? Is she alright? Oh, pals. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and has been walking all over the place with me all day. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine. I really am. You don't look fine to me. Yep. Let's go back and rest for a bit. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Uh-oh. Ah, Mr. Nick, they're trying to see her. Hello, Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone? Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Phew. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear. Very well. Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis, ask my sis. Maya, damn it! He cut me off. Missy Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. There! Maya! I have a message from Maya, so come. Ask me anything you want about her. how's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surrounding as I could. I didn't know you could use spiritual channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. Who is he like? What's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And she didn't see the face of her attacker. Ah! Maya locked her up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? Oh, here we go. Ugh, I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. Yep, so actually, we get to sort of play a little bit as Maya. So, if we examine, we can see what's going on here. What's this? It feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. And those, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry. I'm not really thirsty. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems very easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always use a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then, click, they manage to open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. What's this? Huh? Someone dropped a card here? It kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. A seashell? What a strange card. That's it! This shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. Shouldn't keep Nick worried. Waiting, or worried. And it pretty much ends in the cliffhanger. But that's the end of the investigation part. Oof. Yikes. We might have a suspect now, Miss Adrian Andrews, but there's still a lot of things not solved. And Maya. Has she managed to escape? We're not sure, but we'll find out next time when we actually do the trial. And remember, guys, we have to try and get a full acquittal. If we don't, then that's the end of Maya. But with that, this is Master 347, Game of Toys Object Platformer. Stay classy.